Hey everyone, welcome back to the Python for Beginners series. In this video, we will explore one of the most fundamental concepts in program, which is conditional statements. So conditional statements are the part of control structures in Python. And in this video, we will learn about what are conditional statements, how to use if, else and elif in Python, writing conditional logic with real world examples, and the last one is nested condition and the best practices to implement the conditional statement. So let's get started. So first of all, what are conditional statements? So they allow your program to make decisions based on conditions. For example, checking if a person is eligible to vote based on his age. So let's understand the conditional statement with a real life example. Imagine you are at a traffic signal and if the light is green, you go. If it's red, you stop. And on the basis of these conditions, you are likely to go or you would stop. So this is a perfect analogy for conditional statements. So in the conditional statement, the first condition was if statement. So let's look on the if statement syntax. So let's move on to the code part. So here I have a variable which is age and I am assigning it a value 18. So now I am writing the keyword for the if statement, which also is if. So if age greater than equals to 18, I am putting colon, and when I press enter, there is a concept of indent. So if you move into the if condition, there is an indent which is generally a 4 spaces. So with the help of indent, you will know that you are in the if condition now. So as you see, I am in the if condition now and I would like to print you are eligible to vote. So if I am gonna run this statement or the code, it will give me you are eligible to vote, because in the condition we will apply age is greater than equals to 18 and we are initializing the variable age is 18. So when the condition is true, it will go inside that condition and perform the operations which are in the conditions. So if the condition is true, the indent block executes as it execute in our case. Now the next one is if else statement. So let's look at the example here. So I have a variable age and I am assigning it 16. Now I am writing the conditional statement, which is if age is greater than equals to 18, let's get inside the if, print you can vote. Now if that condition is not true, what would be happen? So if the condition is false, the block run in the else part. So I am assigning here else colon, and now I am assigning what would happen if the condition is false. So print sorry you are too young to vote. Now let's run this example, and yes, when I am running this, it is showing sorry you are too young to vote. So it means our condition is false and it will go into the else part. So if the condition is false, the else block run instead of the if block. Now the next one is elif statement. So if we have multiple statements rather than one, then we'll use if, elif and else. For example, I have a variable marks which is 85, and if mark is greater than equals to 90, I have to print grade A. But if the mark is greater than equals to 75, I have to print grade B. So here I am using elif. It also means else if. So elif mark is greater than 75, then I have to print grade B. And in the last, if both the condition are false, it will go into the else part. So else print grade C. So if I run this example, I get grade B because the marks are 85. So use elif for multiple conditions instead of writing multiple if statement. And the last one is nested if statements. So for example, here is a variable age which is 20, and if age is greater than equals to 18, if that particular condition is true, we will go in the block, and in the block I have another if condition, and that is called the nested if statements. So if age is greater than or equals to 18, then if age is greater than equals to 21, so I have to print you can drink alcohol, else you can vote but not drink. And in the outer else, we will print you are too young. So now what would happen if I run this code, I will get you can vote but not drink. So the first condition was true, and then it goes inside, it checks for the second condition, which is age is greater than equals to 21, which gives me a false condition. So that's why it will print you can vote but not drink. So conditions can be nested inside each other for more complex logics. Now, as we promised, here is a real-world example of ATM withdrawal. So here is a scenario checking if a user can withdraw money from an ATM. So let's create a variable balance, and the balance is 5,000. Now the second variable is withdraw amount, and here I will get a user input. So int input enter amount to withdraw. Now I am applying some if and else conditions. So if withdraw amount is less than equals to balance, then we have to print withdrawal successful, and if the condition is wrong, we will print insufficient funds. So let me run this code. So now it will ask me to enter the amount to withdraw it. So let me write 500. So when I am writing 500, it will generate the output withdrawal successful because the condition is true. Let me run this one more time, and now I will write 6,000. And when I type 6,000, it will give me the output insufficient fund because this time the condition is false, because 500 is less than equals to withdrawal amount, which is 600. So this is a real world scenario how a ATM works on the coding. Now it's time to best practices for conditional statements. So number one is keep conditions simple and readable. The second one is use elif instead of multiple if statements. And the last one is avoid deep nesting. And to avoid deep nesting, you will use return or break where possible. So in the next video, we will explore loops in Python, which is for and while loops. Comment below if you have any questions or want a real world example explained in detail. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more Python content. We will see you next time. Till then, bye bye, happy coding.